Greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you here at Novora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. It is year 2, day 37 for EDSS and the Realm Reborn, and last time we started to get some necessary items in order to access a very ancient glowing tower. We got started by getting 2 of the 4 necessary crystals, but we need 2 more in order to get to where we need to go. And thankfully, come to assist me are my fellow brothers and sisters of the Wolves of Fenrir, RFC. So, we are our 3rd challenge called He's a Firestarter now active, and our target is right over there, the Flame Crest, Alphage Ko. So let's go pay him a visit and kill him so we can get the coveted crystal that we require. And we're off and running! Don't mind the other Amalja that may interfere in this battle, they're just here for basically getting their butts kicked. Just like the Flame Crest. And as you can see, we also brought out all of our chocobos, so they're also going to be playing a factor in this. Oh, stay out of the way on that AoE. Stay out of its way, please. And behind you. Okay, so it's our Black Mage, our beloved resident goldsmith Yama Mashta, who has pulled the aggro on this fight. And in fact, we're actually passing it between multiple people, including myself. Which is fine by me, because it means that this guy is going to spread the damage instead of fixating it on a single person. He does seem confused. Yeah, I'm just on Skype right now with my brothers and sisters of the Wolves of Fenrir, and we're wearing it down. We're bringing down the Firestarter, as it were, the Flame Crest. Well, you will on the when we go to where we have to go to next. So the Flame Crest is defeated. We have crystal number 3. We have our flawless fire crystals. So next up, we have to go to the Carthus Highlands and pay the Ixal visits. All right. Yeah, because where we're going to next has to be one of the most, it's perhaps the most annoying fate in the entire game of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. And once we see it go up, you will see why. But first we have to make it there. And hopefully we have enough time to actually not only play it, but complete it. And it is not currently active, but we can get ourselves there right now. So let's make our way to the east. To Natalin, the home of the Ixal. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah. It is. It pops up so much, yet few people ever finish it. Because of the... yeah, exactly. Where we're going to next, the last fate we require. Wait a minute. Is that what I think it is? Yeah, someone's got a Natalin wolf mount, apparently. That's interesting. Yeah, and it's a nice blue color. Alright. Let's make our way into the Ixal's domain, Natalin. Oh, you do? Oh, wow. Someone's behind. Yeah, we'll dismount here, and we'll make it a point to get rid of any opposition that could... yeah, we'll keep the area clear so that we can get ourselves a crack at what we seek to defeat. Alright, so with all those Natalin Ixals out of the way, we now simply wait on our opponent. The most difficult, fate-based opponent in the entire game. Alright, we finally got what we were looking for. We got our fates to come up. This is Stormcaller, and we're taking on the aforementioned Stormcaller, Kozo no Moto, the Turbulent. And it is he who we must defeat in order to get the last fate. And as you can see, given all the assistance I have, gone in 30 seconds. Wow! Under normal circumstances, that is the most annoying fate fight you will ever have to do, due to the fact that not only can Kozo Nomoto heal himself, but he can also cast the ability Stone Skin, which renders a certain amount of damage as nil and negates it, which means that it can be a living nightmare if you don't have help to get you through this fate. But we got what we were looking for, and so now that means we can take ourselves now to Revenant's Toll. Because we have to give Rambros the good news that we have succeeded in getting our necessary fates cleared, and also in getting the necessary crystals obtained as well. But man, oh man, that went by in a hurry. That was fast. So we need to go east in order to get back to St. Cornifine. So much assistance and much love to my brothers and sisters in the Wolves of Fenrir for helping me get to these last two, because yeah, those two fates that we just did were the hardest two. If I didn't have the assistance that I did with the last one, you would have gotten a clear demonstration on why the Stormcaller is considered to be the most difficult fate that there is in the game. However, because of our wonderful teamwork and our impressive skills, we were able to successfully lay waste to Kozo Nomoto in nothing flat. Because yeah, I don't think I've ever done that fate that fast. That was one for the ages. Alright, dismount from the Chocobo, and let's give Rambros the good news. Edie, it is good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the Beastmen? You bet I did. With a little bit of help. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. Ah, I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. Always ready to help out. So we get 1,220 gil and 3 trunks of grade 5 carbonized matter. For those of you not familiar, carbonized matter is what you use when you are fusing materia to your weapons, armor, or various other pieces of jewelry. So always good to have around. But since we never really needed it, I think we'll be fine without it. So let's now proceed to move on to our next challenge. So let's speak with, no, I don't want to speak with you, Nazo Duzel. Boy, you really for a lot of fellas, you really seem to want a lot of attention. I mean, I can understand because you're standing right next to a big Rogadin, but come on, we gotta speak with Rambros in order to keep the storyline flowing. So, let's speak with said Rambros, and it looks like he has 2 challenges he wants us to do, so let's go take on the first one, a level 45 actually, hold on. I don't think that's the one I'm looking for. I think it's sanding it down. Yes, it's sanding it down. That's the one we want. Yeah, he has another one at level 45 that is an optional side fate that you can choose to do. But this is the one we want to do. Sanding it down. Rambros wishes to proceed with the shaping of the flawless crystals. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely ether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, ether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmith's Guild in Oldas seems the likeliest place to purchase the quantity that we require. When I contacted the Guildmaster, however, I was informed that no ether sand was currently available. Though I requested that word be sent as soon as new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order sometime before you procure the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring ether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man. but I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase, and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when we next meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of Aethysane we require. So, well, now we have to make a trip to make a payment in Olda. So, back in a moment, and I'll meet you at the Goldsmith's Guild. Okay, we have returned to Olda, so we're standing at the door to the Goldsmith's Guild, so let's speak with the Guildmaster Serendipity and let her know that we have come for some particular items of interest. Guildmaster.
Ah, Master Assess, welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask?
Well, if you must know...
You're here on behalf of the Sons of St. Quinic? What fortunate timing! I was just about to contact Master Ambrose with the news that we've finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected ether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Please speak with Jemime over the... I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer.
Oh? What do we have here? Biggs? Yeah? Yeah, looks like Biggs is also here to join us. Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sane, we'll have to rethink our whole design.
I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment.
Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or 2. A man as big as yourself, I wouldn't blame you. But maybe seeing me will brighten your day. Edie, it's been too long. What brings you here then? Got an eye on something expensive, have you? Well, if you must know. Yeah, we got a little gift for Jamim.
Well now, that is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many guild clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming and yet invigorating at the same time.
Just like a citizen of Olda would say. Oh no, you're here for the blooming Aether Sand, aren't you? Yeah, I guess I am. Well, I can't deny the elegant civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Me and Wedge have been too busy tinkering with a new airship design to think of much else, see? Well, I'd say tinkering. Wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. Sounds cool. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot had used the corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise, as a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of ether sand. And that's why I just can't relinquish my claim on this batch here. Even for you, lad. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating, eh? Makes sense.
Why not hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech? Duty compels me to point out that this gentleman is a representative of the organization that reserved the ether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that his purse is considerably larger than yours.
Oh, it's like that, eh? Yeah. Alright. This batch is yours. I'll let you have it, but if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. Oh, really? I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or 2. And so, we not only have delivered payment for the Aether Sand to the Goldsmith's Guild in Olda, but now once we speak with Biggs, we can keep going. Now then, from what you told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected Aether Sand as well, right? Then rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens that I know of a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in northern Thanon who, very occasionally, handles the Earth aspect of variety of Aether Sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being, just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanlin without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Let's hope for your sake he does. Head out to Blue Fog, and should you find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I not mention her? Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. And so, away we will go to Northern Thanlin. Yes, we do not make this trip often. In fact, the only time we had to really make this journey in main storyline was when we went to defeat the Guardian Empire by infiltrating Castor Meridianum and then the Praetorium. But with my trusty chocobo at my side, we actually don't have to go... Actually, I don't even need to mount my chocobo for this, but whatever, it just makes the journey a little quicker. Is this the particular adventurer we were looking for? Because it looks like if they have assistants, they aren't all that good. Ma'am?
Save your greetings elsewhere. If you're looking for a higher blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? I warn you, 'tis no stirring epic, but as thou wast. My employer, a Lalafellin lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it was called, but 'tis apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandit stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, our alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I have not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you best be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just possible the poor soul may yet be lost in the old Amaja Mythal Mine. Or the old Amagina Mythal Mine. Yeah. But I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now.
Well then, perhaps we should save our little Lalafell boy before it's too late, because, yeah, it turns out that Biggs's concerns may be very well justified. So it is time to find out if they are indeed that way. So the hunt is on to find our good buddy Wedge. He's going to be right over there, to the northeast. So I hope we're going... Oh, not quite yet there. Don't want to walk into a dead end, or in this case, right into a dead end. Nonetheless, we're gonna get ourselves over to this direction. For it is here on this direction where we actually went on the path to learning the notorious Manderville dance. Yeah, remember the crazy one, the way you dance like an idiot? And just goof around like a monkey? Well, that was the one. But now, we have to get through all this. We have to get through all this. We're gonna clear everything out of the way here, so that we can get access to our little boy, our little Lalafell friend. Yeah, look out. Stand clear, man. Oh. Yeah, it ain't gonna go down like that. It ain't going to go down like that. Alright. Put them out. Alright, they're gone. So now we have to start checking the perimeter to see if we can find our little friend Wedge. Of course, don't be surprised if this happens. I mean, given the circumstances and what we're up against, it should not come as that much of a surprise that we might run into a little bit of trouble. Alright. Yeah, bring them all on. Bring them all on, and if any luck, we will defeat these fiends. Oh man, there is so many of them. No, ask that you do well not to cross my path, you stinking grenade. Alright, let's get rid of you now. And jump. Twice. Oh, we only need one. Alright. Oh, can we... Let's screw this and let's see if we can pick up where Wedge may have gone to. Oh, I do see assistance on the way from my sisters of the Wolves of Fenrir, including my beautiful wife Sakura. Sakura was with us before, as we started out this episode, and has rejoined us. Boy, you guys, you just come out of nowhere, don't you? Boom, you're down. Alright, here's Wedge. You took shelter in this building. Hey there, Wedge. Yeah, he's cowering a little bit, but all's well with the world. We found you. Let's give you a hand so that you're okay.
How could I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair? It's just not the sort of thing I do. And now I'm gonna die for it. No, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go.
And psyching himself up. And when he turns around... Hi, Wedge.
I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll never even come back.
Hi there, Wedge. Yeah, it's only me, the Warrior of Light.
Edie! Is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear?
I don't know if that's the case.
Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen aether sand which Biggs and I needed for our research as it happens. It was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish and very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away, and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it.
That's quite attention to detail you have there.
Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen aether sand is right here in my Oh dear, it must have fallen out when I was, taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet.
Well, maybe we can give you a hand.
You'll find the aether sand in my stead?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank the gods! You're a true friend, Edie! I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors.
Well, let's see if we can make things a little easier for you. Now we have to find some earth-cradled aether sand, and looks like we're going to have to fight off some bad guys while we do it. But what were you expecting? Here he is. Well, let's first help out my lovely wife, and then we'll get our aether sand. Here it is. Yeah, keep going, girls. Hold them up while I get this thing, because yeah, it's taking a real long time to actually grab the stuff. Alright, now that part's taken care of, back to Wedge. And we are gonna go in here. Alright, Wedge, you can turn around again. We're up. Come on. Stupid targeting system. I don't know what's caused it to go so awry, but yeah, whatever.
Edie, have you had any luck in locating the aether sand?
Not just one, but two, actually. Well, actually, just this one.
Yes, that's it! I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news! What's that? You're also on a mission to collect aether sand? And you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of Alec and knowledge, you say? I see. Then you really should be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look. Right, I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and you should return to Mordona with that aether sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Edie.
And with that leaves us with one place left to go, and that is to go back to Mordona to give back the aether sand. Alright, we have returned to St. Koenig's Find, so let's speak with Rambrose to complete this challenge. And as you do so, always wanting so much attention. Ah, Edie, you have returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring us some aether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? Well, 2 of them actually. I see, 2 varieties. Well, that is 2 more than could be reasonably expected, and 2 less than I hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. If all goes according to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. But we still have underwater to deal with. Master Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the 7 hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend, I only know too well how capable you are, but aether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. Well, if you must know, I had a little help. You had help from Biggs and Wedge. Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It will be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavour to procure the 2 remaining varieties of aether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambrose, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Not as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first, let us savor the preliminary victory that Edie has won for our cause, if only for a moment. I think we will do just that. So we get Gil, plus a choice of 3 different types of materia. Yeah, all of these are very good and very much worth the effort if you are so wanting to do so. Since we don't use materia, I will choose the Savage Aim 4, if for no other reason than the fact that it's a critical hit rate materia, and that's good for a Dragoon. So, we will continue now that we have 2 aspected element versions of aether sand. We still need to find 2 more. So next time, we'll go find those particular types. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will continue on our journey in order to get the last 2 aspected aether sands, in order to get us the necessary crystals that we need to get access to this mysterious tower. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Novora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.